I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Hi friends, welcome back to the Wilder Possibilities Podcast. I have my friend Talia Goldstein, and she owns the 3-Day Rule, which is a
matchmaking company.
Yes, matchmaking, so then you can date, I guess.
Yeah.
And then marry.
Exactly, all the things, dating and matchmaking.
Yes, I love that. And okay, we were just talking before. Wait, tell them. Tell them how we met, and then we'll go back to like where you're from and the whole.
Okay. Yeah. So we met years ago.
Yes.
I'm sure we met before, but I vividly remember a coffee date to discuss Shark Tank because we were both on season 4.
Oh my God.
I still have PTSD from it. I'm guessing you might too.
Oh, I certainly do. I literally have only watched my episode the night it came out. Like never again.
Yeah.
And there's clips all over TikTok. People send to me, I'm like, nope, can't. I won't even watch myself on there. Tell what happened with you.
Well, we had an interesting story. We actually turned Shark Tank down because one of our investors told us if we went on, he'd pull his investment.
Oh, yeah.
And so we needed the money and we said no. And then months later, they called us and said, we're filming tomorrow morning. We'd really like to have you on the show.
Whoa.
And if you don't, we'll bring on another dating company. So we decided at the last minute, you know what, screw it. Let's just go and see what happens. So I was at that point 9 months pregnant, and I went with my co-founder at the time to filming in the morning. And meanwhile, I'm so massive. I think I might have a baby on TV. I'm like sweating through my dress. And so at the last minute I chickened out and I sent her out without me, and I was backstage.
My God.
And she was single at the time, and their feedback was, they basically said, never trust a skinny chef and never trust a single matchmaker. And they turned us down.
Oh my God.
So that was a huge bummer. Meanwhile, I was backstage. Like, I'm so married and pregnant and I do all the matchmaking, but because I didn't go on, I couldn't speak
my God.
the truth.
Whoa. That is correct. Did they air it?
They aired it. 10,000 people signed up the night it aired.
Whoa. That is great success from it.
Definitely huge success. And now they continue to air it. They probably aired it 30 times. So we always get a bump every time it comes out.
Mine is aired hundreds of times and around the world. And I always know because I'll get like Facebook requests and it's like ridiculous. But mine was on the same season as Scrub Daddy.
Oh, yes.
The same episode as Scrub Daddy. And that's the most successful thing to come off of Shark Tank. So that's why they air it.
That's
all the time. Not because of mine, but mine was so dramatic and
Yours
I cried.
was probably the most dramatic episode I've ever seen on Shark Tank.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and people are like, wow. And I'm like, it was traumatizing. And they had me talk to a therapist after.
Same. We did the same. They're like, in case you're going to jump off a bridge, here's a therapist.
Yeah. And you have to go talk to them. And I was just like, oh my God. Clark was such a hero. He was like, I'm going to take you to Hawaii. And that was when we fell in love. So I was like, it turned out to be fine. It was just fine. And it was a great opportunity. And it was cool to say we've done it. But like, it's not something that I'm like, oh wow, look at all my.
Yes. But check it out on. Yeah, it was worth it.
Yes, of course. I say this.
But I do have that same feeling where I still have a hard time watching it on TV. I just have PTSD in some way.
Yeah, I've never watched it again. I've never seen any other episodes. I don't watch anybody's. I've never seen yours. I can't watch anybody's.
It's hard. You know the feelings. I remember being backstage, and for us, it was really rushed. You know, we didn't realize we were going on until the night before. I called my old boss from my advertising days. I was like, meet me at West Elm. I need to get everything for the table. You know, you have to put the table together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it was rushed.
That
totally worth it in the end.
Yes. Well, that was good. That was great. Yeah. You guys got all these signups. So
and then we
amazing.
got to meet.
Yes. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so go back where you're from. Like, where did you get the click? Like, how did any of this come together?
Yes. Okay. So it was a long time coming.
Yeah.
I was throwing blind date parties in high school. I was always obsessed with love. Like everybody's business, who everybody was interested in. And so for fun, I just started hosting these blind date parties.
Wow.
And one of the couples from high school got married.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went off to college. Again, I was like meddling in everyone's business. Then I came back and I started working in television. And I worked at Behind the Music and then E! True Hollywood Story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But where were you from? In LA and California?
I'm originally from Orange County.
Oh, Orange. Oh, yeah. Where you are now.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
I moved back home.
Moved back home. Okay, great. And then you went off to school.
Yeah, I went to Tulane in New Orleans.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect.
And then moved back to LA. So I started in advertising, then I worked in TV. Yeah. And while I was working in TV, I just started giving everyone relationship advice because it's my favorite thing to do. So I'd sit in my cubicle and I'd have a whole line of people coming up and asking for advice. And then I started matching people up with my friends and my coworkers.
Wow.
And started having success. Like people were getting engaged, getting married.
Oh my God. Yes.
So then I decided I was going to host parties so I could bring all my friends and my coworkers together and then matchmake them in one spot.
Oh my gosh.
So the first event we had about 30 people, then 300 people, then 600 people.
No!
We were taking over the Viceroy, the London, like the whole rooftop of the London. And people were paying to come to these singles events and I would run around and introduce everyone and all these couples were coming out of it. And so I decided while I was working at E, I'd take on a few matchmaking clients.
Wow.
And that's really like how the business got started. Once I felt like I could do it, I left TV to do it full time.
And then so you would have these events and you would just put out like a thing like, okay, it's $30 or whatever to come to the, or whatever. And you just rent the space and do the whole, like,
I got everything for free. I got the space for free. I got alcohol sponsored. I did everything in a really scrappy way.
I need your help because I'm the worst. I'm like, just pay for it all. I'm like literally failure. And that I'm like, oh, good. Let me just pay extra for everything.
Oh, no, I got you. I have never paid a dime.
I need to learn from, you're a genius. Okay. Well, that's another story, but
yes. And I would get like one of the events I said, you can come and you can pay, or you can bring a tuxedo or a dress and we'll donate it to kids for prom. And we had hundreds of people with prom dresses and tuxedos.
That's so
it was awesome.
Lovely. Oh, I love that. Okay.
But then at the time, we didn't have social media. So I was boots on the ground, going to bars, being like, you look like you need some help. Come to my event.
Oh,
and that's how I got them
you
all
were
there.
busting it out to bars?
Yeah.
And that is...
My first client I got because I went to a club and I saw this guy trying to pick up on a girl. I was like, I can do that better. For you, you need to pay me. I said, bring me $250 cash to Starbucks tomorrow and I'll take you on. And that's how I got my first client.
That's so awesome. He was just looking like a complete fool. And you're like, you need help.
I got you.
I love that. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I want to know where you came up with the name 3-Day Rule.
Yes. Okay, so at the time, there was a popular movie called Swingers with Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the movie, there was a 3-day rule. A guy would wait 3 days to call a woman so he didn't come across as desperate. And I just thought that was hilarious. I loved the name. And so that's what I named the company.
Yes, that's so funny.
15 years later, no one remembers that movie that I'm talking with. But I did realize that we actually have a 3-day rule that we use within the company. It's a process. And it basically is dating intentionally. So it's getting people prepped before the date, getting in the right mindset the day before, being fully present on the date, and then analyzing it the day after to really assess if this is the long-term compatible partner. So it's actually a process we use. We do have a 3-day rule that we've been using for the last 15 years.
Yeah, you manifested it in from Swingers, from Vince Vaughn.
Exactly. Thank you, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. Thank you, Vince. I do remember that movie, by the way.
You do?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. I get so excited when someone remembers, but now I'm meeting with all these 20s.
Oh, gosh, they would never. Yeah, they're like, wow, too young. Okay, but so it's been going a long time.
Yeah, for almost 15 years.
Yeah. Wow. That's so amazing. Yeah.
It's evolved. So I started it in Los Angeles, and then we added a few cities. So now we're in 15 major metros across the country.
No way. Wait, a matchmaker in each city now?
Yeah, we have a team in every city. So we
Oh
have
my God.
50 full-time matchmakers across the country.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're all along the East Coast, the West Coast. We're in Texas and Chicago. Those are our main metros, but we can service people in other cities. Those are just the main markets.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so great. And so how does the process work?
Yes. Okay.
If I was like, well, I'm happily married to Clark, but if something ever, what's the process? Does a female come to you or male, or is it?
It's both. We work with everyone. Okay. We have LGBTQ.
Yeah. So, yeah. Girls, boys, they. Yeah. Everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Perfect.
So you sign up on the website, and it's 3dayrule.com. You have to spell it out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because I forgot to pay the GoDaddy subscription on the number 3-day rule, and I lost it. So now you have to spell it out. 3-day rule.
Oh my! I really feel your pain.
You feel it's an 80s cover band now.
GoDaddy situations and silly. I know it's supposed to be on auto renew.
Exactly.
Dang it. Okay.
So anyways, going back, you go to 3dayrule.com.
Yes.
You spell it out, and you fill out a profile. It takes like 2 minutes max, and you're assigned a matchmaker.
Yeah.
They're new member strategists. I'm on this team, so you might get me. And we do an intake meeting with you. We get to know all about your background, your parents, your goals for the future, what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So we do a deep dive. Then your choice is to become a client and work one-on-one with the matchmaker, or you can just hang out in the database. That's free. But if you become a client, you work with a matchmaker, and that means the matchmaker does everything for you. So it's like outsourcing your love life. She will go through, find anyone that could be a fit for you, interview them. Once she has someone that is a match, she sets you up. You go on the date. After, we get post-date feedback, which is very valuable because you learn how you're coming across on a date.
Oh my gosh.
It is game-changing information.
But do some people ever get upset with the feedback and the
Sometimes
pushback?
it'll sting for a minute, but then they're so glad they have the info.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good question. Who gets so you have the client that's paying, and then you have the possible person you're setting them up. Do they both look at each other's photos and stuff before?
Yeah. We don't match blindly. I feel very strongly about that. Both people see photos of each other.
Okay.
They're excited to meet by the time they show up on the date.
Oh,
it's not blind matching. So then they go on the date. We get feedback from both sides, and then they decide, do they want to go on hold, just focus on that one match?
After one date?
Well, usually it's not after one date. Usually it's after a few dates. They'll decide they want to go on hold, but they can pause or they can continue to get matches.
Oh.
So they work with a matchmaker for that. They have a separate person who's their coach. They get a dating strategist to help them dig deeper on anything that comes up. And then if we feel it's necessary, we do a photo shoot with them.
That's what I was going to say, because do you have feedback of people are have these photos, but then isn't that the biggest feedback you hear of the other ones, the online dating, and then people show up, you're like, that was not even the same person. That looked
100%.
like their picture looked like the daughter, and then the mom showed up, or all these things, or you're like, oh no.
Yes. So we need to make sure they look like their pictures, and if they don't have current photos, we'll give them a photo shoot.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a very holistic approach, but it saves people a ton of time and energy. The average online dater spends 12 hours a week online. So it's eliminating all of that, and we just are doing everything for you.
Oh my gosh. So you set up the dates.
Yeah. Well, in our process, in a heterosexual relationship, we give the guy the phone number, and he will call and set up the dates.
Are you just okay, you got to go to a dinner? Do you suggest people do
not dinner to start.
Just drinks.
Yeah.
Or juice bar or coffee.
Yeah, it can be usually exactly. It just has to be a good vibe. So even if you don't drink, just pick a location that is a good vibe, maybe like a hotel lobby, or you can do a juice and go on a walk. Dinner is just too long for a first date. And usually by the appetizer, you know if you want to be there or not. Sorry if I have to do that.
Yeah. So
dinner is just a little bit too long for a first date. So we suggest drinks or something like some activity, going on a walk around Central Park, something like that. And then if you like each other, then you can do dinner on a second date.
Oh, gotcha.
But there are no rules. So if you want to do dinner on a first date, go for it. That's just our suggestion.
Okay. So you have the suggestions.
Yeah.
And is it more female clients or male clients?
It's pretty evenly split. It's like slightly more female. We have 60% of our clients are women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think though, because we are referral based, so usually people hear about us through friends, and women talk more. So we'll match a couple successfully and the woman tells 10 friends and the man might tell 2.
Oh,
so I think that's why we're slightly female heavy.
And then you find, because Katie was on.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's Belly Welly now that worked with you for a long time.
Yes, forever and ever.
And you guys are still besties.
Yes.
And gosh, we all love each other. And so she was just saying how she would just find LinkedIn. Remember how she got her first investor?
Girl,
she would just go hard.
We are shameless. We will do anything for a match.
That is so great.
The world is a singles bar. So wherever you're at, there could be a match for your client. I would sit in the aisles of airplanes with a card, and as a cute guy would walk by, I'm like, here. And the card would say hey, handsome, call me. We're always on the call.
That is so funny. How does that work with your husband?
He's so fine. He's not jealous.
That's so great.
I would sit with him and have dinner, and I'm like, hold on one second. There's a cute guy over there. I just get up and go.
Oh my gosh, that makes me laugh. I feel like Clark would be fine. Be like, just get your work done.
Exactly.
Do whatever. Go do whatever.
The job.
Yeah. That's so great. How long have you guys been married?
Good question. About the same time.
Yeah.
We got married the same year I started the company.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And you started it with a partner. And
I had a business partner. Yeah. She was amazing. I loved working with her. Yeah. I really loved having a partner. But early stages, she had to go back to corporate America. And so she left the business. We're still friendly.
Yeah.
And then I stepped in as CEO.
Yeah.
It wasn't my intention to start. I wanted to just be the matchmaker, but then I had to run the company without her. And that was tough. But we had a few rounds of funding. So I raised a seed round, then I raised a round from Match.com. And then I raised a small venture firm. And then I ultimately sold the company.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm still there full time.
You're still okay. So you sold the company, but you said you wanted to stay.
Yes.
Or they probably wanted you.
They wanted me to stay to start, but now I'm not leaving. I could leave, but I really love it so much. It's truly never dull. It's in
your blood. It sounds like it's in there.
It's in there. I can't. Even on my honeymoon, I feel so bad. I was emailing clients. I just can't stop. I love it so much.
Oh my God. That's so funny. That is in your DNA. That it's you just literally have to set people up.
If you tell me you're single, I will get you to the finish line.
Oh my God. But are there some red flags though with people? They say that there's, I'm sure that they say that they're single, but then you're but do you just want to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we do a pretty deep dive with everyone to figure out where they're at and making sure they're dating intentionally. But if somebody is looking for something pretty casual, they'll have a much easier time on Tinder.
Yeah.
With us, you kind of have to jump through a lot of hoops to even get on a date. You have to do face-to-face interviews with the matchmakers. So usually the people come to us, they are looking for something serious.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just going to online date.
Yeah, of course. Or just, swipe and there's a lot.
We'll double, triple check that they're looking for something serious. And also we have to match timelines. So if you are really interested in something long-term, but you don't want to get married for 5 years, and the person I match you with, their timeline 6 months, it will never work. So part of our job is to align timelines.
I know, because it's people can act like they're so in love, but then it's if
If the timeline's off, it'll never work.
Yeah. And then that would be upsetting, just that.
Yeah.
So,
and that's when you spend 5 years dating someone and nothing happens.
oh, well, yeah, you don't want that.
You do not.
You don't want that on your resume. It's someone dating 5 years and then they're mad at
They
you.
just keep waiting, but the timeline's never.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, so before I got married, I went to, because I was a mess before I got sober, and I went to that Dr. Pat Allen.
Oh, yes. She's not alive anymore, is she?
No, I think she's still around.
Oh, really? She is at least 100.
She's like 100.
Yes. Oh, people loved her.
I mean, Getting to I Do was her book. And I used to go.
Pack out.
Oh, yeah. And she would just scream at you. She would just tell you how stupid you were, all this stuff. And then because I was talking about my ex-boyfriend, and I was in the hot seat. It was like 80 people.
Oh,
it was like an overnight thing. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is, and I was like, yeah, well, my ex and I, we've been on and off for a long time. And, recently I just sent him an email and she goes, oh, that's what any good man would do. I was like, oh, okay, let me just go and jump off the building. I mean, it was just so embarrassing. But like, I had never heard of like the feminine and masculine.
Yeah.
She really hammered that in. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like I was always pursuing you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it was just so fascinating.
Yes.
And I feel like it was really helpful in dating and how it was with Clark and just like, stop it. No, so I just, it was like so interesting. Those kind of, I don't know. Do you ever bring up those kind of like,
yes. And I mean, definitely we do.
Yes. Yeah.
We don't believe in rules, but it's also nuanced. Like some people, I basically orchestrated every relationship I've ever been in. I've never waited around.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah.
So that feels comfortable to me, but for a lot of people that doesn't. Like they really want to be in the feminine and they want them to have it be more traditional. So we'll just coach people for what they feel comfortable with.
What works for them.
Yeah. For them.
But what's good is that you can talk to the people ahead of time and say like, oh, okay, you're a traditional man or whatever in the sense of, I don't want to offend anybody, and then this female you get wants to be called and and it was all about cherished versus respected. It was all these things and I was like, oh my gosh, I'd never even heard this languaging. It was just interesting.
It's so important.
Yeah, it's like very interesting and sounds like you get to find out a lot of information.
We save so much time and energy because we figure that all out to start. So a lot of people do come and they'll say, I want a traditional relationship. I want where the roles are this and this. Like, I would prefer for her to stay at home post kid.
Yeah, like 1950s. Like, let's just keep it like that. Yeah,
exactly. And other people really want an equal partnership. So it's so helpful to know all of that coming in, and then we can just align them on what their values are, what their goals are.
Sounds like it does.
Yeah.
Save a lot of time and energy.
Yes. Yeah. I love that you went to Pat Allen.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Dr. Pat Allen, I know. Oh my God. And then she would always say, if you meet someone out that you meet and you just want to rip their clothes off and just like take them in the bathroom at the bar, then she said, run, don't walk. Like, get away. Like that is the worst person for you. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
And she's probably right.
She was like, I graduated from Harvard and this is about how people are. I was like, okay.
That's so funny. I would say that's probably accurate for women, but for men, it's okay.
Yeah.
For women, it like tends to be more of a slower burn where the good guys that you end up with, it usually takes like a handful of dates before it clicks. But the guys know right away. They know right away. Yeah. So if I set somebody up on a date and the guy's all in and the woman's not too sure, I will always encourage her to go on another date to see it through. But if the guy shows up on a first date and he comes back and says, no way, I'm not attracted, I'll never push him to go on another date.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because she would say you have to go out 3 times.
She did. Oh, good.
That was her. So it's in alignment. I swear. She was so specific. And I went to her for so long. It's like.
It worked.
Oh, my God. It worked. Yeah. She was like 3 times. I was just always, and then she always said 3 on the porch. What do you think of that?
I don't even know what that means.
That means date 3 at a time. She was like, don't be committed.
Oh wait, I love that Alan has like the 3-day rule.
She's like 3-day rule that you have already been telling people, but like she was like, I just will never forget these things because it was like very traumatic being with her. Like she just would yell at you, just telling how stupid you know. I was like, I think that's what I need. I'm like into that beating.
Yeah. So a lot of matchmakers, not a lot, but there are like Millionaire Matchmaker, for example.
Oh yes,
straighten your hair. You need to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Are you guys a little more?
It's not our vibe.
It's not your vibe.
It works for her, but that's not our vibe.
Yeah, you're more.
We want to like you bring the best version of yourself, and that's it. We are not here to change you.
To change, yeah. Oh, so you never or like,
we'll give advice. We'll give our offerings of what we've seen be successful, but we won't yell at you.
No yelling at 3-day rule. Oh my God. That's so funny. Oh my God. Okay, well that is just so fascinating. Do you feel like has it been even like more, has it been even busier like lately? Does it seem like there was like the online dating and people are now just so over it, so like annoyed? I hear that more than anything.
Yes.
And it really, from what I hear, and I'm glad this really sounds bad, but like I called Match.com like freemeal.com. I'm trying like went bankrupt and everything. I was like, well, this is it. And then I got sober. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna not do that anymore. but I hear like because I missed all of that, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hear a lot of complaints.
You dodged a bullet.
Like women are having a hard time.
Everyone's having a hard time. Like. The most amazing, successful, attractive, like phenomenal people are having a hard time.
Men and women?
Yes, everyone. The dating apps made dating harder. They made it more challenging because you have endless options. So you're on a date with someone and they're fantastic and you're wondering who else is out there. And so everyone is just churning through people and they're not focusing. So the apps made dating more challenging. But I think now people have woken up and they're deleting the apps and moving on to matchmakers and just trying to meet people in the wild.
Yeah, that's what I hear people say, like, oh, I just want to meet somebody in the wild. But I'll let you steal this. I call it BBD.
That could stand for a lot of things.
You know what it is? Bigger, better deal. Yeah, that is the biggest curse in 100%. Los Angeles.
Yes, everyone's looking for the bigger, better deal.
BBD. They're like, oh my God, what a great date. But then, this could be the one.
Exactly.
Ooh, she looks pretty or whatever. Like these.
They'll have 80%. Everything's there, and they'll want 100%.
80. No. Well, sorry. One more, Pat Allen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bring it on.
I gotta tell you, she was like, if he is 51% good, then you're sticking with it.
Yes.
51.
I love that.
We always come back and we're like, yeah, still 51% good.
Hey,
Clark, you're doing great. You're way above 51%. But I'm just saying that was like her thing. Like stuff like this like narcissistic like mentality of thinking that there's this like perfect person. Exactly. It's just totally insane.
Like I deserve it all. And that's like, I want 6'5", blue eyes, finance, that TikTok
song. Looking for a man, finance, 6'5".
Okay, girlfriend. Well, there are 3 people in your city that meet that criteria.
Yeah, 3 people. Yeah.
And literally. And they have to want you too.
Yeah, and are you a supermodel that's also a billionaire? And
yeah. It's so true. But I mean, I think that 51% thing is pretty good because so much of it is just aligning, finding someone good enough. That sounds so bad. I don't mean it like find someone great, but then you are in a relationship and you grow together and it just gets better. It doesn't have to be 100% to start.
No, well, that's just totally absurd. Yeah, that was like, but I think that's what's happened.
I do too. And it's because we get to see it all day, every day on social media. It's like, I have this beautiful girl, but then I just saw this hot model on social and you feel like it's attainable.
Oh my God. And then like, cause even Clark will tell me, he's like, oh my God. It's like, you should look at my DMs on my phone, and it's just all like catfish. It's like, he's like, oh yeah, this model DM me. I'm like, he's like my married husband. It's like, who cares? I'm like dying. I'm like, oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna send that person some money.
Oh yeah. Oh exactly. Does she need some crypto? Perfect. I mean, it's so absurd. Like he laughed. Like thank God. Like we are very settled in, but it's like, oh my God. Yeah.
It's a wild world out there.
Yeah. What do you tell people?
To turn to a matchmaker.
You're like, actually,
I got this job. Yes. Yeah. It's so hard. I see it every day. The most amazing people are struggling, and they can get a date any night of the week. Like that is not the issue. The issue is finding the highest quality matches for them.
Yeah. And that want to like go on a date, go on another date. Yeah. Yes. That's what it seems to be like the craziest part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. People will go on a great date and then go to the bathroom and swipe and try to find someone else.
It's so unhinged. That's so rude.
I know. It's rough.
Yeah. And okay, so this part is like, how do you tell the people that you're coaching that you're doing that? Are you just like, okay, you're paying us money now.
Yes.
Get off the apps. Is that when you try to coach like that?
If they do stay on the apps, it's okay. We'll help them. We'll help them with their profile. We'll help them figure out who to message. So it's perfectly, I think it's helpful to have a dating portfolio and to do all the things.
Okay.
Like one app, use a matchmaker, meet in the wild. So it's perfectly fine to stay, but we'll help them. And also that post-date feedback that we give the clients.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Will change their lives. So even if they meet someone outside of 3-day rule, like that feedback will be helpful.
Helpful for in the wild or on the apps.
Like a lot of the feedback we get.
Yeah, tell me some of the feedback. I need the tea on that.
So much. So a very common piece of feedback we get is that we'll set a client up on a date. She will think she's showing interest, but the guy doesn't know she's interested, and so he won't ask her out again. So there's like a lot of assumptions that are made. People are going on dates and they're assuming the person is or isn't interested and then using that assumption. So
will you get...
So then we'll intervene and say, like, oh no, she actually was interested. She'd like another date. And then they'll go on another date. But without us, he would not have asked her out on a second date.
What do they do on the date that makes them seem like they're not interested? Like seeming aloof or like...
Yeah, I have one example.
Yeah, tell me.
So one example, we set this couple up and he reported back after and said, I really liked her, but out of respect for her, I'm not going to ask her out again because I could tell that she was bored. Well, she really liked him. And what happened was she was exhausted from the work week and she yawned twice on the date. And so he took that as her not being interested and she didn't even know she did it.
Oh my God. And then he was just going to
he's like, I like her, but I already know she's not interested. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So this is
that's
very helpful. I think the main thing that you've said during this interview that makes me just my head explode off because of how busy I am, and I'm sure people are very busy, is that people spend 12 hours a week on that. Like that's so much time.
It's so much.
That's
it
another
is a part-time job. 100%.
Oh my God. Yeah. That when people are buying a house, I tell them ahead of time, like, this is going to be a part-time job. Like, just know.
Yes.
Like it's a lot of work. We're going to get you in your house. I'm going to handhold you. I'm going to do everything. But like, just know there's like things assigned. They're talking blah, 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 blah. Like I warn them ahead of time. Yeah. But like
it's so similar
all the time. Like what you're saying. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Matchmaking is so similar to real estate.
It is matchmaking.
Like getting them a house. It might take us 30 interviews. We might have to interview 30 options before we send them one match. Like we're doing that.
Yeah, like 30 houses and it's like, oh my God, maybe we make one offer. Yeah.
So it's pretty similar, but we do all the work. In our case, like we'll do all the work and then we just present them with, here's your match.
Yeah. And they act like it's so easy, but it's like, oh my God, it's been so much work.
Exactly.
So that is similar to the houses. But I set someone up recently.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm never doing that. This is so annoying. Because then she called me It's like, what is his deal? And then I'm like, oh my God, I don't really know. I don't know. And then I feel like weird and bad.
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of, like, I have to say, it's a hard job.
It is a very hard job, very emotional. Anytime a client goes on a date, it feels like I'm going on the date.
Oh my God, for sure.
Yeah. Then I'm like, I need a report back ASAP. I need to know what happened. Like, you do not leave me hanging. I want to know. So yeah, a lot of ups and downs in the matchmaking world.
Yeah. And then, but like, the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure.
For like.
But the payoff is so huge.
Okay, so that's your thing. Because I guess I've never had a payoff. I was just like, oh my God, that felt terrible. Like, I don't know why he didn't call her. And then why did he say to her, I thought you were going to text me? I'm like, I don't know why he said that. Like, I guess I don't know him that well, And I was like,
that's
this
why you
is so
need
stressful.
The feedback after, because they probably both like each other, but they're miscommunicating.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh God, does that mean I'm supposed to call him now and get the feed?
That is.
Oh my God. Okay, well, if you need a house, call me.
Stick to me.
If you need a house, give me a call. But otherwise, just call Talia.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, I mean, it was like,
it's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And yes, you do have to call both parties.
Oh my God. I felt so embarrassed to like call him. I guess I should have.
Yeah.
Dang it.
At least a text.
Yeah.
Like, but when it does work, it's the best. Like, we're putting together now, we do it at the end of every year, a reel of a lot of our couples. So I'm getting all these photos now of people that we've matched. And the photos are so cute of them, like at Halloween and traveling the world and
like engagement.
And yes. Oh. And then we get to go to the weddings and
my God. You really are committed.
I'm committed.
You're really in love with this.
There's no better feeling than being at a wedding and looking around and thinking no one would be here without me.
No one would ever know each other without me.
Like, you all are here because I set your friends up. I really don't take it in that often, but it's at the weddings where I let it sink in. Like, okay, I did this.
You're like, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And then what is there like a percentage of success rate, or is that like, do you have to like look into that? I mean,
it's tricky because it means something different to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, success for someone might be marriage and kids, and other people are fresh out of a divorce. They just want to get back out there. So everyone's coming at different stages.
Okay.
So it is whatever
it's not
it means
just
to them.
just weddings.
Yeah. No. A lot of people, like especially post-divorce, who work with 50s, 60s, 70s, they don't want to get married again. They want a companion. They want a long-term relationship, but they don't actually want marriage again.
Oh, yeah. Because it's a lot. Yeah. So there were so many divorces that happened.
So many.
It was like an epidemic.
Yeah.
It was like a rampant.
And now there's the gray divorce period.
What is that?
It just means later in life people are getting they've married 25 years, 30 years, and now they're getting divorced.
Yeah.
I know it's
and then what? How does that look?
Great. Then they call us.
I just call you. They're like, I can't deal with these apps. That's really a really good business, like for you guys.
Yeah, we service 20 to 80 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's your.
Yeah, we have some 70-year-old couples with like traveling the world, and they keep sending us photos like on their vacations. It's the adventure phase.
Oh, the adventure phase. This is so great. This is fascinating. Yeah. But you're still matching people. You yourself.
I'm still not personally taking on clients.
Yeah.
But I'm very in the weeds. Too in the weeds, some might say. But I know pretty much everyone we're working with. And on the back end, I'm sending matches to the matchmakers.
Oh my gosh.
Just doing it for fun.
You're busting around on planes and bars and on LinkedIn and
I'm creeping around your town.
You're creeping. That's so great. I love it. Yeah. Wow. And so what's next for you?
So it's actually kind of exciting. We just sold the company. So we have a new owner. And exciting. We'll announce it soon. But he's amazing. And he is coming in with a lot of energy and fresh perspective. And so we're growing. He's bringing in all these resources. We want to add more VIP tiers. So we have a VIP program. And then we also are introducing some like lower tiers. So you can't afford matchmaking, we'll have some options for you.
Got it. Can you talk about how the pricing works, or is that all individual?
I mean, our prices for now, they start at $5,900. That's the smallest package.
Yeah.
It's 3 months, and it goes up to like $100,000.
Oh my God, that's the VIP package. Very, very VIP.
It's the VIP.
Yeah. I feel like Katie would tell me about never using names.
Yeah.
But she would be like, oh, there's some real.
Oh yeah, big time. Like huge execs, entrepreneurs, like everybody's having trouble.
Like, doesn't matter if you are a billionaire.
If you are a billionaire. We have billionaire clients that are amazing. They are so incredible, but they are having trouble too.
Wow. You heard it here, guys. That is,
you are not alone.
That is interesting. Yeah. Well, wow. You're doing God's work, or source's work. You're doing some good work here. Helping people find love, or whatever they're.
Exactly. Everyone's looking for us. They're looking for at least a serious relationship.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If not marriage, that's what you're saying.
Yes, exactly.
When people are coming to you and sharing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's good too. Say that there's a woman that's like, really focused on having a baby.
Yes.
Then you can say those things, because I feel like that's like such a hard thing that sometimes a woman will fall in love and then it's just this is the window, or so, I don't know, or like that makes me so sad sometimes.
Also, we work with so many women, I would say like late 30s to early 40s that really want to have a baby. It's so much easier for us because we get to interview everyone ahead of time and be able to match timelines. And
with that.
Yes, they are serious about having a baby. They are interested in having a baby in the next year or two. Then we can set them up. But if they just go online, that's hard.
And it's an awkward thing. It's like if there's like a 38-year-old lady or woman, whatever, and she goes on a date with a guy, and she doesn't want to be like, by the way.
Yeah. Do you want kids in the next 2 years?
In the next, exactly.
It just puts a lot of pressure. So it's a lot easier for us to do it.
Yeah.
Anybody can meet anyone. You can meet someone online or in the real world. Absolutely. In this age range, it just is slightly easier and more comfortable for us to do it for you.
To say it. Yeah, but $5,900 for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And how many dates is that usually? Is there like a guaranteed date?
Yeah. That's a minimum of at least a match a month, but there's no cap. So if we have more, we'll send more.
Oh, got it.
And we might not need more. Sometimes we knock it out of the park on the first match and they're done.
Great. Yeah.
And if we need more and we have more, we'll send them. And then it includes also the coaching. And if they need photography, that's all included.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, a little photo shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah. To make you feel your best.
Yeah.
That's
also a game changer. Like if you look at the before and after photos of what they were using on the abs versus what we do for them.
I have to.
Yeah, you're the queen of photos.
I love photos, and like I'll see like some of my friends, and I'm like, oh, wait, this is what you're putting out there. Like, can we take a minute here?
I always encourage people, if you are online dating, ask your friends, like, does it just even look like me? Is this representing who I am?
Yeah. Does it give like such a random, weird vibe?
Yes.
Like why would you put that there?
I know.
And they just don't know.
They don't know. They have all these pictures of them hiking, and yet they don't want to ever go on a hike. Well, every date is going to ask you for a hike if that's all you're putting on.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Yeah.
It's to be mindful. So ask your friends, is this representing who I am?
Does this look like me? Oh my gosh. That's so true. Well, or just call you guys.
Just call me.
Call 3 days. Get that going.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I think that time saver thing that you said is crazy.
Yes. It's literally real estate. I always say, you can go on Redfin and do it yourself and spend hours looking at all the wrong houses, or you can hire a realtor to do it for you.
Just to do it, find the right
navigate
fit,
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Negotiate the contract. you are marketing a house the same way we are marketing you. It's a lot easier for us to market you than for you to market yourself.
Oh my God. Same. Yeah.
I can vouch for you in a second. Oh my God. You met Shelton. She's so incredible. She's not only gorgeous, she is so charismatic and fun and amazing.
See, I just need, okay, well, yeah.
Well, you can't really say that yourself.
No,
say it on your behalf.
Yeah, you can't show. That's why I love it with my team, that they can be like, oh, we've sold this and da 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 da. Because if I walk in, I was laughing on the last podcast. It's these agents that call themselves moguls. I'm like, you can't say that about yourself. What do you? People are like, oh, you're just killing it. You're like a real estate mogul. I was like, oh, don't say that. No. Some people call themselves that. No, we can't. Yeah, no. That's
so wrong.
Yeah, inside thoughts. I'm like, no. Yeah, so I think that, you're like the promoter. Exactly. You're like their billboard.
Oh my God. So he has the most gorgeous blue eyes. He cannot say that about himself.
You're like, did you see my eyes? That is so funny. Okay, so you're going to keep doing this for a while.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not. I feel like even if they tried to be like, nope, you can't go. You're like,
drag me out.
I'm like, so sorry, I'm still here.
For sure, I'll be matchmaking forever. Hopefully, I'll still be with this company forever, but I will be an 80-year-old matchmaker.
Yeah,
for sure.
I feel like it. That's good. Yeah. Those people need you. You're being of service.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're beaming from talking about matchmaking. It's so good. Okay, well, I love this. Well, all the audience following along. Yes. So where everybody follows you at 3 spelled out.
Yes, 3-day rule. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And you
can do it on the website, Instagram, all the things. I'm Talia Golds, Golds on Instagram, but just go.
Yeah, because I see you posting cute couples that have made it together.
I love it when they let us use the picture.
Yes,
most people are private and they won't, but when they do, I get so excited.
You're just yes. It's probably how the guys that sell them the wedding ring. I have a friend that's a jeweler, and when he posts it, it's so emotional. It's so sweet what I get to see.
It is truly. You see the whole journey. I mean, not to I know we're wrapping this up, but. An example, this girl that I matched, she came to us, she's 40, really wanted marriage and kids. We matched her. She dated someone for almost a year, and then he broke up with her. I felt like I was being broken up with.
You had matched?
I had matched.
Oh, gosh.
So then she's like, well, I really want a family. And I said, you have 2 days to grieve. Go to the spa, come back, and we'll get back to work.
Get back to it.
So then I did it. I found her someone else. They're married now. They have a family. It just is so emotional. And we feel so invested in all the clients.
Oh my God, you wanted to eat all the popcorn and all the chocolate and cry on the couch and watch Love Actually or something. And with her. And then she got back up. She got back
out there. Yes.
Yeah.
Good job done.
You found it. Yeah. You're invested.
Right.
I can really tell. I've never met anybody that's that invested in love, and everybody I know is funneling over.
Yes, send them my way.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, well, everybody can follow and find love.
Yes,
and it makes me so happy. I'm so glad we're friends.
I know.
I'm so glad we survived Shark Tank. Oh my God. Yes. Bigger, better things.
Exactly. You're a mogul now. Look at you.
Oh my God, don't ever. I did not think that.
I can say it.
Oh, no, God. Okay, well, I can't wait for everybody to follow along. And thanks for being here. It was so fun.
So good to see you.
Me too. Okay, bye. Bye. I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder.